Now to another NewsNation exclusive. We know that the Biden administration's efforts to combat disinformation involved an effort to censor speech about the COVID virus and vaccine safety. But now we're learning it may have also impacted the EPA's efforts to inform the public about the 2023 East Palestine, Ohio train derailment. Rich McHugh has been breaking news on this story for the past week, as recently released records have revealed that the Biden White House, FEMA, and the EPA knew there could be carcinogens in the air, but chose to stay quiet. Rich has the latest.
Hi, Elizabeth. Yeah, internal EPA documents, emails, show that an EPA official with ties to the DNC, the Biden and Harris campaigns, took over EPA's East Palestine messaging in the days following the derailment and burn, breaking protocol and against the objection of staffers. The question is why?
3 days after officials blew up 5 train cars full of vinyl chloride over East Palestine, the EPA declared the town safe for residents and allowed them back into their homes. EPA head Michael Regan doubled down on the messaging that East Palestine was safe.
If we say that the water is safe and the air is safe, we believe it because we've tested it and the data shows it.
But residents were getting sick, rashes, nosebleeds, respiratory issues.
At the time, the residents were very active on social media. They were not trusting what the government was telling them, and rightfully so. And they were trusting their own bodies, which were really very sick and falling apart.
And now internal EPA emails obtained through the Freedom of Information Act show the national and local EPA offices disagreed over the message to send to residents. Quote, "It appears the messaging they are using is that there are no detections of any issues, and people are not satisfied with that answer." Then emails show an EPA official from headquarters with ties to the DNC and the Biden campaign took over EPA's East Palestine messaging to, quote, "combat the disinfo that's happening on social media." Leslie Pacey, investigator with the Government Accountability Project, says this raises red flags.
This was early on in the response, and this broke protocol. They had not done this before. This is something that is new to the EPA, and there was some pushback internally over it.
It set off alarm bells within the agency. A director of communications at the EPA voiced strong concern that an official from headquarters with Biden ties was taking charge. The site is the responsibility of the region, and we are definitely breaking protocol by allowing anyone other than the PIO or on-scene folks to edit and modify these pages. I don't agree with this approach and the immediacy of the request. We know from our recent reporting that the White House was well aware of the health concerns in future cancer clusters, but publicly said the opposite.
They assured the public that they had done massive testing, that the air and the water was safe, that they were monitoring things, and not to worry. Basically, they used the word safe. And we now know from the FEMA public records requests and the emails there that that was not the case at all. But now, in light of the FOIAs that we've discovered with the EPA and FEMA and the White House and National Security Council, understanding the nature of the health impacts and the potential for cancer clusters, it really kind of raises more red flags. Was this part of the cover-up?
We spoke with a former EPA official who spent 4 decades in the EPA and says, on the one hand, this could be warranted because of the scope of the disaster. But on the other hand, because of the scope of the disaster, the EPA should have brought in health risk assessors, sampling experts, instead of a political spin doctor. As for the EPA itself, we reached out to them. They have not responded. Elizabeth?
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.